Hello, hello, my wonderful friends. Thank you for joining me for another video today. And today I'm going to talk about the most natural appetite suppressant there is. And I bet you can guess what that is. That's right. It's sugar. So, I always talk about in my videos how you can eat unlimited calories from carbohydrates. So, I'm always saying you can eat unlimited carbohydrate calories. Eat to your heart's content. Eat until satisfaction. And you will get leaner. A lean body is in your near future. And this works because sugar is a natural appetite suppressant. So, not in the sense that it'll just, you take one sip and it shuts your appetite off, but rather you can only eat as much as you need, literally. So let's say you are coming from a carbohydrate or calorie restricted background. You will desire a lot of carbohydrates all the time for a while until your body gets accustomed to that carbohydrate, that regular carbohydrate intake. We have to think of it as fuel. We are a car that's always running. We never turn off. Even when we're sleeping, we are still burning carbohydrates for fuel. So you have to think about it like I have to continue to put gas in my car all the time so that I have the energy to do what I need to do in life. So that is a great way to think about this. And literally, you cannot eat more carbohydrates than your body needs. Your appetite literally, it shuts off. And you would be surprised too how much your body actually needs and how much more it needs when you desire to do more in life. So it has this beautiful natural, it works according to a hormonal system. It has to do with leptin, ghrelin, and insulin. These hormones all work together to control our appetite. And when you restrict carbohydrates, it ramps the appetite up, and it also turns up our fat storage mechanisms. When we are regularly taking in carbohydrates, it turns our appetite down, and it also downregulates fat storage and enables us to become fat burners. So a really good book to read about this more in detail, learn about this more in detail, is Turn Off the Fat Genes by Dr. Neil Barnard. He goes into detail discussing the hormonal effects of not eating enough carbohydrates and why it's important to eat enough carbohydrates. So yeah, I really encourage you to check that out because I don't remember all the specifics, but I do know that the science shows the benefits of consuming adequate carbohydrates, and I've also experienced it personally. Now, I've been getting a few comments saying, well, there's a difference between natural sugar and refined sugar. Refined sugar is also in IV bags. When you go into the hospital and you need to be hooked up to an IV bag that contains 5% dextrose, yeah, that's refined corn sugar. But sugar's not good for your immune system. Well, then why are people in the hospital on IV bags that contain refined sugar? Like, we just have to think about these things logically. They also give highly refined glucose syrup, and it's probably dextrose. Most of it's derived from corn because it's cheaper than regular like cane sugar. Or this probably isn't cane sugar, this is probably corn syrup. But they give it to pregnant women to test their glucose in your like end of your second, beginning of your third trimester. If this stuff was toxic, okay, why would it be given to the most ill of people, or the most, immune compromised? Like a woman who's pregnant is immunocompromised. Why would a sugary glucose syrup drink be given to her if it was that toxic? You have to think about these things, or that bad for your immune system. Sugar actually fuels your immune function. And some people are saying to me, well, sugar feeds cancer. No, it doesn't. I actually did a video about this. I'll link it in the description box, that shows that all cells run on sugar, and cancer cells are specifically driven by hormones derived from animal products. Let's make the connection, guys. Even the World Health Organization recognizes that consuming certain animal products, they've run the studies, contributes to various types of cancer. So let's stop blaming the sugar. Like I said, this is a natural appetite. I shouldn't call it suppressant, I should call it regulator, because you can't eat more than you need. And we are constantly burning through carbohydrates when we're sleeping, when we're thinking, when we're sitting at our desk, at our sedentary job, when we are running, when we're nursing our children, when we're playing with our children, when we're doing anything in life, we are running on sugar. And the more sugar you eat, the more carbohydrates you eat, the more you can do, the higher your metabolism gets, the more sugar you need in order to keep things high. Like, my appetite is always high. I always feel like I need to eat something when I get up in the morning, after exercise, around lunchtime, like snack in the afternoon, dinner time. Like, I'm always hungry, but I'm also a super active person. So it's all fuel. Do more, put more fuel in the tank to be able to do more. And if you're not doing as much, your appetite will naturally decrease, but you still need a lot of carbs even when you're not doing that much. So getting back to the whole natural sugars versus refined sugars, it all gets broken down to glucose. And Walter Kempner showed in his research that the more refined sugar in the diet, the less insulin needed, and the lower the risk of type 2 diabetes. Isn't that incredible? And I also shared in previous videos that sugar does not contribute to inflammation. I think sugar is a scapegoat for a lot of the other things that people eat that contain sugar. People aren't just drinking sugary drinks. They're eating their cheeseburgers with the sugary drinks. They're eating the donuts with the sugary drinks. They're eating the steaks and the bacon, egg, cheese sandwiches and all of this fat. The cheese, meat lovers, pizzas, all of this fat that goes into the bloodstream with the sugary drink, and it clogs up the blood and it clogs up the cell receptor sites for sugar, and it leaves all this sugar floating in the blood, and then you end up with high blood glucose and higher insulin needs because the body cannot transport the sugar into the cells. So when you take away the fat and you just have the sugar, here's your cell. It just gets right in, okay? It's easy, but you have to get rid of the fats. You will get enough dietary fat from just eating a calorie sufficient, high carb, low fat, plant-based vegan diet. You don't need to add overt fats if you don't want to. If your goal is weight loss, I recommend not having them for a while. I don't even desire them. You don't need them in the diet. You also get enough protein when you consume enough calories from high carb, low fat, plant-based vegan foods. I'm not recommending you just drink sugar all day with nothing else. You want to have your fruits, you want to have your starches, you want to have your vegetables, okay? And your sugars. Limit the fats, limit the oils. Definitely don't have animal products if you desire health and a disease-free life. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't be afraid of the sugars, guys. This is the secret to your health, fitness, and weight loss goals. Okay, bye guys.